If you have a plant, like this is my caterpillar plant that I'm just waiting until spring to put it back outside. This plant is a perfect candidate for propagation. I'm going to use my shears and cut off most of this bottom part because this plant is not going to do well in my care, in my environment during the winter time. So I'm going to just cut between the inner nodes. Let's see, let me find one. Just like here. And I will take that cutting and I will be placing this cutting in Perlite. And I'll show that process in just a bit. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut off most of this foliage. Some of it is viable and some of it is not. And then I will be cutting them into smaller pieces to put in Perlite. And that way I can restart multiple plants of this caterpillar plant. And I will continue to care for this mother plant as normal, giving it water. And then in the springtime, I will put it back outside and it should bush back out. If it doesn't, then I have plenty of propagations that will be ready to make into either one big plant or to several small plants. All right, here are all the cuttings, and I am going to go into the other room and cut these up and place them in perlite and water. So I have a big bundle of the caterpillar plant cuttings, and I am not going to be propagating all of them, but what I will do is go through and find some good candidates that I will be cutting. And so what I'm going to do is cut them here between the nodes like that. And what you do is just cut, and you can see already on these, hopefully if I can get it into the camera, you can see there's new growth coming out of the nodes already. So when I put these in, I will just lay them down in the perlite and water mixture. I like to reuse containers, so this is the container that I'm going to use, and it has a clear lid. This is a Swifter container. So I'm going to put my perlite into this container. And I don't measure, just kind of put some in. And I would say this may be, 2 inches of perlite in the bottom of the container. And from there, I will put some water. And again, I don't measure to see how much water goes in. So just put some water to moisten the perlite. And if you end up putting too much water, you can always drain some of it out. But you want enough so that your cuttings can remain moist. So like right now, I can see I put a little bit too much water. I'm gonna just lay my cuttings in here on this, and then I will drain some of the water out. So when I lay my cuttings in, you want the cuttings to make contact with the moisture. And then after that, you would just cover it and put it in a warm place. All right, so I have put water in my perlite, and now I'm going to place my cuttings in here. And you just want them to make contact with the perlite, and the plant knows what to do once it gets in here. Sometimes I like to kind of push the perlite up against where I know the internodes are. And after you do this process, then you would put your clear lid on your propagation box and place your propagation box in a warm area. It could be on a warm windowsill, or it can be on a heating mat. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. I'm even using this one that is just a wet stick that doesn't have any, basically no greenery on it. And they will root in just a little while. Once they root, then you're ready to start your new caterpillar plant. So that's all there is to it. You put your lid on, put it in a warm place, and you're ready to grow some new plants in perlite.